Good morning everyone. In the previous session we had solved few problems based on addition of matrices, subtraction of matrices, scalar multiplication and matrix multiplication. In today's session we will be solving few more problems based on matrix multiplication. To begin with, the first problem, we are supposed to compute the product of these two matrices. What is the order of the first matrix? It contains 3 rows and 1 column. What is the order of the second matrix? 1 row with 3 column. According to the definition of matrix multiplication, the row of the first matrix must be equal to column of the second matrix. How many rows do we have? 3. And how many columns do we have in the second matrix? 3. So the resultant answer must have 3 cross 3 matrix. The row of the first matrix must be equal to column of the second matrix. So in this problem the resultant answer must be a 3 cross 3 matrix. So how do we multiply now? Corresponding element. You will start off with the row, you will finish off with the columns. 1 into 2, 2, 1 into 3 will be 3, 1 into 4, 4. Similarly, with the second row element, 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 3, 6, 2 4s are 8. Moving on to the last element, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 4 3s are 12, and this is of the order 3 cross 3. Now, moving on to the second problem. What is the first matrix order? It has 2 rows and 2 columns. What is the order of the second matrix? How many rows do we have? 2 rows. How many columns do we have? 3 columns. What does matrix multiplication states? The row of the first matrix must be equal to the column of the second matrix. How many rows do we have here? 2. How many columns do we have here? 3. So the resultant matrix order will be 2 cross 3. Starting off with the first row with all the corresponding columns. So how do we calculate? 1 into 1 will sum up to 1 plus minus 2 into 2 will be minus 4. We finished with the first row, first column. Again we will start off with the first row with the second column now. 1 into 2 will be 2 plus minus 2 into 3 will be minus 6. Similarly, 1 into 3 will be 3 plus 2 into minus 2 into 1 will be minus 2. We've started off with the first row, finished with all the 3 columns. Now we shall start with the second row and we shall finish with all the columns. What is the second row now? Element 2. 2 is multiplied with the first column. 2 1s are 2 plus 3 into corresponding element will be 2, that is nothing but 6. Similarly, 4 plus 9 and 6 plus 3, which will sum up to 1 minus plus into minus, minus 1 minus 4 minus 3 plus into minus, minus 2 minus 6 will be minus 4, 3 into 3 minus 2, 1, 6 plus 2, 8, 4 plus 9, 13 and 6 plus 3, 9. What is the order of the resultant matrix? How many rows does it contain? 2 rows. How many columns it should contain? 3 columns. We have 2 rows and 3 columns. Moving on to the third problem. What is the order of the first matrix? Order of the first matrix is 3 cross 3. Order of the second matrix is once again 3 cross 3. What is the row in the first matrix? It has 3 rows. What is the column in the second matrix? It has 3 columns. So according to matrix multiplication, the resultant matrix must have an order 3 cross 3. Multiplying we shall start off with the first row, finish off with all the columns. You will multiply with the corresponding element. So with a 3 cross 3 matrix multiplication. I will solve in detail. What is the corresponding element of 2? It is nothing but 1. We will start off with the first row. We will finish off with all the columns, which can be written as 2 into 1 plus, which is the second element, 3. Corresponding element of 3 will be 0 plus 3 into 0 plus, which is the corresponding element of 4. That is nothing but 3, which can be written as 4 into 3. Started off with the first row, we just finished with the first column only. Then moving on, we'll start off with the first row, finish off with all second column. This can be written as what? 2 into minus 3 plus, which is the corresponding element of 3 now, 3 into 2. 3 into 2 plus, corresponding element of 4 is 0, which can be written as 4 into 0. Finished with the first row, second column. Now, starting off with the first row, once again we will proceed with the third column. It can be written as 2 into 5 plus 3 into 4 plus 4 into 5. Here you can observe we started off with the first row and we completed with all the columns with the corresponding element. Similarly, we shall pass on to the second row now. Which is the second row? 3. This can be written as 3 into 1, 3 into 1 plus 4 into 0, 4 into 0 plus 5 into 3. Similarly, we started off with the second row, finished with the first column. Now, we are moving on to the second column. 3 into minus 3, 3 into minus 3 plus 4 into 2 plus 5 into 0, which is the third column now. 3 into 5, 3 into 5 plus 4 into 4 plus 5 into 5, 5 into 5. We started off with the second row, finished with all the columns. Now, it is the last row with all the 3 columns, which is the last row, first element, 4. 4 into 1, 4 into 1 plus 5 into, corresponding element will be 0. 5 into 0 plus, corresponding element of 6 will be 3. 6 into 3. Moving on with the last row, second column. Corresponding element of 4 will be minus 3, which can be written as 4 into minus 3 plus 5 into 2 plus, corresponding element of 6 was nothing but 0, which can be written as 6 into 0. Second row, last column, that is 4 into 5 plus 5 into 4 plus 6 into 5, 6 into 5, and this will sum up to, this will sum up to 2 ones are 2 plus 0 plus 12, 2 plus 0 plus 12, 3 plus 0 plus 15, 3 plus 0 plus 15, 4 plus 0 plus 18, 4 plus 0 plus 18. Adding the next element, 2 into minus 3 will be minus 6 plus 3 2s are 6 plus 4 into 0, 0. Again, 3 into minus 3 will be minus 9 plus 8 plus 0, minus 12 plus 10, minus 12 plus 10 plus 0 again. Moving on to the last column, 10 plus 12 plus 20. 10 plus 12 plus 20. 15 plus 16 plus 25. 15 plus 16 plus 25. 20 plus 20 plus 30. 20 plus 20 plus 30, which will sum up to the final answer 12 plus 2 14, 15 plus 3 18, 18 plus 4 22, minus 6 plus 6 0, 0 plus 0, 8 minus 9 minus 1, minus 12 plus 10 will be minus 2, 20, 30, 40, which will sum up to 42, 20, 30, 40, 50, 56, 20, 40, 70, which is of order 3 cross 3. This is the resultant answer of a 3 cross 3 matrix multiplication. Moving on to the next problem, we have simplify cos theta into cos theta sin theta minus sin theta cos theta plus sin theta into sin theta minus cos theta sin theta. Looking at the problem, we can identify it is a scalar multiplication problem because cos theta is a non-zero scalar constant. So how do we multiply by scalar multiplication? Cos theta into cos theta, multiplying every element of the matrix with a non-zero scalar k. In the given problem, the non-zero scalar k is nothing but cos theta. So cos theta into cos theta will sum up to cos square theta. Cos theta into sin theta can be written as cos theta sin theta. Similarly, cos theta into minus sin theta can be written as minus cos theta sin theta. Cos theta into cos theta will be cos square theta plus multiplying this scalar with the complete matrix, corresponding element of the matrix, which can be written as sin square theta minus sin theta cos theta. This can be written as sin theta cos theta and sin square theta. What operation do we have in between these two matrices? It is an addition operation. What is the order of the first matrix? 2 cross 2. What is the order of the second matrix? 2 cross 2. Order of both the matrices are same. Then corresponding elements can be added, which can be written as cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is the corresponding element of cos square theta in the second matrix. That is nothing but sin square theta, which can be written as cos square theta plus sin square theta. Cos square theta plus sin square theta. Cos theta sin theta, plus into minus will be minus. Cos theta sin theta plus into minus is minus again. Sin theta cos theta. Sin theta cos theta. Similarly, minus cos theta sin theta minus cos theta sin theta, plus into plus is again plus itself. Sin theta cos theta, sin theta cos theta, cos square theta plus sin square theta, cos square theta plus sin square theta. According to Pythagoras identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta, Pythagoras trigonometric identity states that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, which can be written as 1 plus sin theta cos theta minus sin theta cos theta gets cancelled, which is nothing but 0, plus sin theta cos theta minus sin theta cos theta gets cancelled, which can be written as 0 again. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, which is of the order 2 cross 2. Next problem, we have find a square minus 5a plus 6i given a 201, 213, 1 minus 1, 0. How do we find a square? A square can be written as a into a. So we shall find a square by using matrix multiplication. First we shall find a square. How do we write a square? A square can be written as A into A implies what is given matrix A? 2, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, minus 1, 0. This is matrix A. Once again you are multiplying matrix A with A itself for us to get A square. So what is A? This is again 2, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, minus 1, 0. As I taught you in the previous problems how to go ahead with the matrix multiplication, you will start off with the first row in the first matrix, finish off with all the columns in the second matrix. You will multiply the corresponding elements only. So this is the first row and this is the column wise. So to begin with, 2 into 2 will sum up to 4, plus 0 into 2 will be 0 again, 1 into 1 will be 1. We finished off with the first column. Similarly, we have to move on to the second column. Do not touch the two rows until we finish with the first row with all the columns, which is the second column we are speaking about. This is the second column. Starting off the first row itself, 2 into 0, 0, plus 0 into 1 will be 0, plus 1 into minus 1 will be minus 1. We finished off with the second column. Similarly, we shall finish off with the third column. 2 into 1 will be 2, 0 into 3 will be 0, 1 into 0 will be 0. 2 into 1 is 2, 0 into 3 is 0, 1 into 0 is 0. We started off with the first row, finished with all the columns. Now we are going to start off with the second row with the first column, which is the second row we are speaking about in the first matrix. The elements 2, 1 and 3. So 2 into 2 will be 4. We are speaking about this first column. 2 into 2 will be 4, 1 into 2 will be 2, 3 into 1 will be 3. We finished with the first column. We are speaking about the second row with the first column. Now we shall move on to the second row with the second column. 2 into 0, 0, plus 1 into 1, 1, plus 3 into minus 1 will be minus 3. We finished with the second row, second column, which is the column left now. Third column, second row, third column. 2 into 1 will be 2, plus 1 into 3 will be 3, plus 3 into 0, 0. Now we are left out with the third column with all the rows, which is the third column 1 into 2. 1 into 2 will be 2, plus minus 1 into 2 will be minus 2, plus 0 into 1 will be 0. Similarly, 0 minus 1 into 1, minus 1, 1 into 0, 0, minus 1 into 1, minus 1, plus 0 into minus 1 will be 0. The last column, 1 into 1 will be 1, minus 1 into 3 will be minus 3, plus 0 into 0 will be 0, which will sum up to 4 plus 1, 5. This is 0, minus 1, minus 1. This is again 2. 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 3, 9. 1 minus 3, minus 2. 2 plus 3, 5. 2 minus 2, 0. 0 plus 0, 0 itself. 0 minus 1, plus into minus, minus. So 0 minus 1, minus 1. 1 minus 3 will be minus 2, which is of order 3 cross 3. This is the resultant answer of the matrix A square. We finished with A square. Now we are supposed to consider 5A. What is 5A? 5 is a non-zero scalar constant which has to be multiplied with each element of the matrix A. That is 5 into, what is A given? 2, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, minus 1, 0. Scalar multiplication. 5 2s are 10, 5 zeros are 0, 5 1s are 5. You will multiply every element of the matrix A with the non-zero scalar k. 5 2s are 10 again, 5 1s are 5, 5 3s are 15, 5 1s are 5, 5 into minus 1 will be minus 5, 5 into 0, 0. This is of order 3 cross 3. This is nothing but 5A. Now, consider 6I. Consider 6I. What does I stands for? It is an identity matrix. When I say identity matrix, we are speaking about a 3 cross 3 matrix because the given question contains 3 cross 3 matrix. So, 6 into, how do we write identity matrix for a 3 cross 3 matrix? This can be written as 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. When you multiply with the element 6, we have 6 0 0 0 6 0 0 0 6. That is 6I. Finally, considering the given problem. Consider A square minus 5A plus 6I. What is A square? What is the resultant answer of A square we got? It is 5 minus 1, 2, 9 minus 2, 5, 0, minus 1, minus 2, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus, what is the resultant answer of 5A we got? 10, 0, 5, 10, 0, 5, 10, 5, 15 and 5 minus 5, 0, 5 minus 5, 0, which is the last term that is left out, plus 6I, plus, what is 6I sums up to? 6 0 0 0 6 0 0 0 6. Summing up the final answer, we have 5 minus 10. Order of all the three matrices are same. The first two matrix holds an subtraction operation. The last two matrix holds an addition operation. Moving on to the simplification part, we have 5 minus 10 will be minus 5, minus 5 plus 6 will be 1. Minus 1 minus 0, that is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 0 will be minus 1. 2 minus 5, minus 3. Minus 3 plus 0 will sum up to minus 3 itself. Similarly, second row corresponding elements. 9 minus 10, minus 1. Minus 1 plus 0 will be minus 1. Minus 2 minus 5, minus 7. Minus 7 plus 6 will be minus 1. 5 minus 15, minus 10. Minus 10 plus 0 is again minus 10 itself. 0 minus 5, minus 5. Minus 5 plus 0, minus 5. Minus 1, minus into minus will be plus. So, minus 1 plus 5, 4. 4 plus 0 will be 4. Minus 2, minus 0, minus 2 itself. Minus 2 plus 6 will be 4, which is of order 3 cross 3. This is the resultant answer of the given problem, A square minus 5A plus 6 into I. Moving on to the next part of the problem, we have a trust fund has rupees 30,000 that must be invested in two different types of bonds. The first bond pays an interest of 5% per year and the second bond pays an interest of 7% per year. Using matrix multiplication, determine how to divide rupees 30,000 among the two types of bonds. If the trust fund must obtain an annual total interest of rupees 1,800 and the second one would be rupees 2,000. To summarize, the total principal amount is 30,000 and we are supposed to divide this 30,000 amount into how many types of bond? Two types of bond. Principal amount is 30,000. Divide this 30,000 into how many types of bond? Two types of bond. we have to divide in such a way that the first bond will be paying an interest of 5% and the second bond pays an interest of 7%. When we divide this 30,000, the annual interest must sum up to 1,800. 30,000 is the principal amount. We are supposed to divide this 30,000 into two types of bond. The first bond pays an interest of 5%. The second bond pays an interest of 7%. And we have to divide in such a way that the interest amount will sum up to 1,800 in the first case and 2,000 in the second case. So, solving part, we have the solution part. Let the amount to be invested in the first type of bond, be rupees X. Why do we consider as rupees X? We just cannot divide 30,000 into 15-15 or 20-10 or 10-20. We exactly don't know the amount which has to be divided into two equal bonds. So, we will, in general, we will consider it as X. So, the amount to be invested in the first type of bond be rupees X. Similarly, let the amount to be invested in the second type of bond be rupees 30,000 minus X. So, what is the first criteria given? The first criteria will be rupees 1,800. So, moving on to the first case, case A. What is the amount to be invested in the first type of bond? X. What is the amount to be invested in the second type of bond? That is 30,000 minus X. What is the interest paid in two types of bond? The first bond pays an interest of 5%. The second bond pays an interest of 7%. When I say percent, it is divided by 100. The first bond pays an interest of 5% and the second bond pays an interest of 7%. And what is the amount specified in the question? It is nothing but rupees 1,800. So, by matrix multiplication, we have 5x divided by 100 plus 30,000 minus x into 7 divided by 100, which is equal to 1,800. Denominators are same. So, taking LCM and cross multiplying, we get 5x plus 30,000 minus x into 7, which is equal to 1,800 into 100 will sum up to 18 followed by 4 zeros. So, this is 5x plus 7 3s are 21 followed by 4 zeros minus 7x, which is equal to the RHS amount. So, 5x minus 7x will be minus 2x. So, 18 minus 21, when you take 21 followed by 4 zeros to the RHS, we have 18 minus 21. So, 18 minus 21 will be 30,000. Minus 30,000, minus minus gets cancelled. So, what will x sum up to? 2x is equal to 30,000. So, x will be 15,000. If the amount invested in the first type of bond is x value will be 15,000, then what is the amount invested in the second type of bond, that is 30,000 minus the value of x. What is the value of x? 15,000. Therefore, the amount invested in the first type of bond will be 15,000. In the second type of bond will also be 15,000. That is 30,000 minus 15,000 will sum up to 15,000. Hence, the amount invested in first type of bond is rupees 15,000. That is the amount x. That is the amount x, and therefore the amount invested in the second type of bond is rupees 30,000 minus x. So what is 30,000 minus x? What is the value of x? We arrived at 15,000. So 30,000 minus 50,000 will sum up to 15,000. 15,000. Moving on to the second case. What does x represents? X represents the amount to be invested in the first type of bond. What does 30,000 minus x represents? That is the amount to be invested in the second type of bond. In the first case, we did solve for rupees 1,800, and in this case we shall solve for rupees 2,000. So speaking about 2,000, we have, as usual, matrix multiplication. We have 5x divided by 100 plus 30,000 minus x into 7 divided by 100 will sum up, which is equal to 2,000. Taking LCM and simplifying, we have 5x plus 30,000 minus x into 7 will sum up to cross multiplying 2,000 into 100 will sum up to 200,000. It is nothing but 200,000. 5x minus 7x will be minus 2x, which is equal to minus 210,000 plus 210,000. Moving on to the RHS will be minus 210,000. 200,000 minus 210,000 will be minus 10,000. Minus gets cancelled. So what is x equal to? X equal to 5,000. So what does x represents? That is the amount to be invested in the first type of bond. Hence we can say that the amount to be invested in the first type of bond is rupees 5,000. Among the principal amount of 30,000, if we invest 5,000 in the first type of bond, what is the amount left over that has to be invested in the second type of bond? That is 30,000 minus x, which is nothing but 30,000 minus 5,000 will sum up to 25,000. So therefore the amount invested in the second type of bond will be 30,000 minus x. The value of x, that is the amount to be invested in the first type of bond, is nothing but 5,000. So 30,000 minus 5,000 will sum up to rupees 25,000. This is the amount that has to be invested in the second type of bond. Once again, I shall just summarize the given problem. Total amount is 30,000. That has to be invested in two different type of bonds. The question does not specify what is the amount that has to be invested in two different types of bond. We are supposed to find the investment that has to be done in two different types of bonds. The first bond pays an interest of 5%. The second bond pays an interest of 7%. And that interest amount in the first case is rupees 1,800, and in the second case it is rupees 2,000. So in general, we will consider the amount to be invested in the first type of bond as x, and in the second type of bond as rupees 30,000 minus x. So what is given? What have we considered? X to be the amount to be invested in the first type of bond. What is 30,000 minus x? The amount to be invested in second type of bond. What is the interest that is being paid? One is 5%, the one more is 7%. In this case, I shall explain with the second case, that the interest amount is rupees 2,000. By matrix multiplication, we can write 5x plus 30,000 minus x into 7 by 100. 5 divided by 100. When we speak about percent, it is divided by 100. Common denominators, you can take an LCM, cross multiply with the RHS. 5x plus 30,000 minus x into 7, which is equal to 2,000. 5x remains as it is. 7 3s are 21, followed by 4 zeros, minus 7x equal to 200,000. 5x minus 7x minus 2x, 210,000, that is plus 210,000. Move to the RHS becomes minus 210,000. So 200,000 minus 210,000 will be minus 10,000. Minus and minus gets cancel. 2x equal to 10,000, and what does x equal to? 5,000. So this 5,000 is the amount that we have invested in the first type of bond. What is the investment done in the second type of bond? The initial statement states that the second type of bond investment is 30,000 minus x, that is 30,000 rupees. 30,000 minus 5,000 will sum up to rupees 25,000. Moving on to the next problem, we have the bookshop of a particular school has 10 dozen of chemistry books, 8 dozen of physics books, and 10 dozen of economics books. Their selling price is respectively rupees 80, rupees 60 and rupees 40. We are supposed to find the total amount the bookshopper will receive from selling all the books using matrix algebra. How many types of books are there? 3 types. One is chemistry, one is economics, and one is physics. Solution part. 10 dozen of chemistry books. When I speak about chemistry books, it is 10 dozen. That is 10 into. Dozen represent. 1 dozen is equal to 12. That is dozen, which will sum up to 120. Similarly, how many physics books we have? Physics books we have 8 dozen. 8 into dozen is 12. So 12 8s are 96. Similarly, how many economics books we have? We have 10 economics books, which will sum up to 120. So we are supposed to find the total amount the bookshop will receive in selling all the books. So let A is equal to, how many books we have? 120, 96, 120. And we'll consider, let the matrix A is equal to 120, 96, 120. And what is matrix B? That is the selling price. B is, the matrix B is nothing but their selling price. That is 80, 60 and 40 respectively. What is the order of the first matrix? 1 row into 3 column. What is the order of the second matrix B? 3 rows into 1 column. Question itself states that we are supposed to solve this by matrix algebra. Matrix multiplication states that the row of the first matrix must be equal to column of the second matrix. This is the row and this is the column. So the resultant answer must be a 1 cross 1 matrix, which means it has to be 1 row and 1 column. Now, we are supposed to find the total amount. To find what? The total amount the bookshop will receive. The total amount the bookshop will receive from selling all the books. From selling all the books. That is, from selling all the books is obtained by product AB. Is obtained by product AB. What is A? Represents the total number of books. What is B? Represents the matrix with their selling prices. So how do you find AB? What is matrix A? 120, 96, 120. What is matrix B? 80, 60 and 40. Row wise, column wise. So this will sum up to 9,600 plus 96 into 60, 5,760 plus 4,800. What is the order of the matrix A? 1 into 3. What is the order of the matrix B? 3 into 1. What will be the resultant matrix? 1 into 1. This will sum up to 20,160. Therefore, the total price the bookshop will receive from selling all the books will be rupees 20,160. Moving on to the next problem. If f of x is equal to cos x minus sin x 0, sin x cos x 0, 0, 0, 1, we are supposed to show that f of x into f of y is equal to f of x plus y. That is, LHS is equal to RHS. Now, you can consider LHS and prove it is equal to RHS, or vice versa. So, here I will consider RHS. What is RHS? F of x plus y. What is f of x? That is, the variable x is replaced with variable x itself within trigonometric identity. F of x is equal to cos x. What is f of x plus y equal to? Cos of x plus y. F of x is equal to minus sin x. What is f of x plus y equal to? Minus sin of x plus y. 0 remains as it is because we are speaking about the variable x and not about the constants. I repeat that, f of x is equal to cos x. Similarly, what will be f of y equal to? Cos y. F of x plus y will be cos of x plus y. Similarly, 0 remains as it is because we are speaking about the variable x. 0 is a constant, constant remains as it is. Therefore, what is f of x plus y now? F of x plus y is nothing but f of x is cos x. What is f of x plus y? Cos of x plus y. Minus sign retains as it is. Sin of the variable x is replaced by x in the question. The variable x plus y will be replaced by x plus y, and this is 0. Similarly, sin of x plus y, cos of x plus y, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is nothing but RHS, that is f of x plus y. Now, considering LHS, we will consider LHS. That is, what is LHS? That is f of x into f of y. F of x into f of y. What is f of x given in the question? Cos x minus sin x 0, sin x cos x 0, 0, 0, 1 into what is f of y? If f of x is cos x, what will be f of y? That is nothing but cos y. Cos y minus sin y 0, sin y cos y 0, 0, 0, 1. By matrix multiplication we have, we will start off with the first row in the first matrix, finish off with all the columns in the second matrix. Cos x into cos y, cos x cos y minus sin x into sin y, sin x into sin y, 0 into 0 will sum up to 0 itself. We finished with the first column, speaking about the first row. Now, once again we will start off with the first row, finish off with the second column, that is cos x minus sin y, cos x minus sin y minus sin x cos y minus sin x cos y plus 0 into 0 will be 0 itself. Moving on to the third part, cos x, that is the third column. We finished with the second column also. Moving with the third column, cos x into 0, 0, minus sin x into 0, 0, plus 0 into 1 will be again 0. We started off with the first column, finished with all the three columns. First, we started off with the first row and we finished with all the three columns. Now, we will start off with the second row now. That is sin x into cos y, sin x cos y plus cos x sin y, 0 into 0, 0 itself. This is once again sin x into minus sin y, sin x sin y plus cos x, cos y, 0 into 0 will be 0 itself. Sin x into 0, 0, cos x into 0, 0, 0 into 1 will be 0 itself again. We started off with the second row, completed with all the 3 columns. Moving on to the third row, 0 into cos y, 0, 0 into sin y, 0, 1 into 0 will be 0 itself. 0 into minus sin y, 0, 0 into cos y, 0, 1 into 0 will be 0 itself. 0 into 0, 0, plus 0 into 0, once again 0, plus 1 into 1 will be 1, that is 0 plus 0 plus 1. We know by compound angles, cos A cos B minus sin A sin B is nothing but cos of A plus B. We knew the formula, cos of A plus B, cos A cos B minus sin A sin B is nothing but cos of A plus B, which can be written as cos of x plus y. When you take out a minus sign outside, what does the term become? Cos x sin y plus sin x cos y. Cos x sin y plus sin x cos y. The last term will be 0. Similarly, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B will be sin of A plus B. With regard to this problem, it will be sin of x plus y. Now, minus sin x sin y plus cos x cos y can be written as cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. You are just interchanging the terms. Cos x cos y is positive, so I will be writing cos x cos y. Minus sin x sin y can be written as minus sin x sin y itself. You are just interchanging these two terms. The third term will sum up to 0. This is 0, 0 and 1. Now, final answer will be cos of x plus y. Minus sign if you take out. When you interchange the terms, cos A sin B plus sin A cos B, or sin A cos B plus cos A sin B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B can be written as sin of A plus B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. This minus sign remains as it is. Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B can be written as sin of A plus B. The last term is 0. This is sin of x plus y. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B is cos of A plus B. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B is cos of A plus B. This is 0 and the last term will be 0, 0, 1. This is the resultant answer. With this, we have come to an end of today's session. In case if you have any queries about today's session, please feel free to upload your queries in the prescribed link. Thank you.